Okay, almost done with this particular series, so let's do it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was a 2021 Disney Plus series directed by Kari Skogland, starring Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. And this was near the beginning of the whole Disney Plus Marvel show craze. But a lot of people didn't like this show for some reason. So let's go ahead and jump into this review, starting off with the good. And honestly, I don't hate this as much as a lot of people do. First of all, Anthony Mackie is absolutely terrific as Sam Wilson. I forgot to mention him in my Civil War review, but he was good in Civil War. Don't make any mistakes. And this picks up after the events of Avengers Endgame. Steve Rogers has passed away, or at least assumed to have died between Endgame and this show. And the shield has been passed to Sam. Sam has been chosen by Steve to be the new Captain America. And Sam is, he's hesitant. He doesn't want to be the new Captain America. He doesn't believe he's good enough to be Captain America. And I really love the arc that Sam goes through in this show, realizing that he is worthy to be Captain America as Steve chose him to be. And Anthony Mackie really sells that arc really, really well. I love how Anthony Mackie plays it. Sebastian Stan is also back as Bucky. He is 100% fully cured of the brainwashing Hydra put him through, and he's a 100% good guy now. And I really love what Sebastian Stan brings to this character as well. There's a episode, I think it's one of the last couple episodes, where the opening is him finally being free of that brainwashing, and just the pure emotion on Sebastian Stan's face. Absolutely 100% masterclass performance from Sebastian Stan. I love what he brings to Bucky in the entire MCU, and this is some of his best work as Bucky, in my opinion. I just love what he does here. And also, he's got some really great banter and back and forth with Anthony Mackie. They work really well together. It's a really great contrast as well between his dynamic with Steve as compared to his dynamic with Sam, where with Steve, they were just best friends, they were inseparable. And in this show, they're friends, but they prod at each other a lot. They get on each other's nerves, and I just really like that dynamic a lot. And then you got a couple supporting characters. First of all, you got Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley. I love everything about Isaiah. He is one of my favorite late phase MCU characters. I thought Carl Lumbly brought just an absolute gravity and humanity to the character of Isaiah Bradley. I love everything that he does with this character. Just absolutely terrific. He's even got a role in the new Captain America movie, which I will talk about 2 reviews from now. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I love Isaiah Bradley. Carl Lumbly is fantastic. Then you got Wyatt Russell as John Walker, and I did not like this character at first, but honestly, after rewatching it recently, he's kind of grown on me. Wyatt Russell, as everybody knows, is Kurt Russell's son. Kurt Russell was also in the MCU. Nowhere related to John Walker, mind you. But I really liked what Wyatt Russell was able to bring to the character of John Walker. He's a complete douchebag. He's kind of like Peacemaker, but Peacemaker's funnier, so yeah, there's that. But I really like John Walker. I think he's a very layered character, and Wyatt Russell really brings those layers to the character. I'm really excited to see where they go with him in Thunderbolts. But yeah, Wyatt Russell, pretty damn good character here. And then finally there's Zemo, played by Daniel Bruhl, and he is not the main villain of this show like I expected him to be. But I really, really love what Daniel Bruhl does with this character. Now, I stated in my Civil War review, I didn't really like his portrayal of Zemo at first, But this show really put into perspective, wow, he actually is good as Zemo and makes his performance in Civil War better in hindsight. I love what Daniel Bruhl does with Zemo in this show. Like I said, I went in expecting him to be the main villain because that's kind of what they were advertising for this show when they first started advertising it. But I like what they did with this character even better than what the show was originally teasing. I love how he's got a fragile alliance with Sam and Bucky. I love how they obviously hate him, but they have to work with him in order to figure out the conspiracy and the plot that's going on. Yeah, I just really, really, really love Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. He's probably my favorite character in this show, honestly. I just love what he does. Now, aside from the characters, the story's alright. There's some aspects I'm not a fan of, but I'll get to those in a minute. But I did like the heart of the show being Sam realizing that he's worthy of the shield and finally taking on the Captain America mantle by the end of the show. And I really love Bucky's side plot where he has to apologize to people that he's wronged as the Winter Soldier. I really, really liked that. And there's just a lot of really good heart and emotion in this series that I feel like a lot of people are overlooking. Also, the action sequences are pretty damn good. I really liked most of the action sequences here. I really liked the finale to one episode where John Walker just publicly executes a guy with the shield. I was not expecting that. That was one of the most shocking moments in the entire MCU up until that point. That scene took me by absolute surprise when I first saw the show. But yeah, really love that. The score, editing, soundtrack, all really good. But that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And there's still a few issues that I have with this show. First of all, I did not like the main villain, Carly Morgenthau. I did not like her. I did not like the Flag Smashers. They should have been better characters. I get what they were going for with these characters, but I just did not like them at all. I thought they were kind of bland and forgettable. The actress who plays Carly Morgenthau isn't bad. She tries her best with the role, but I just was not a fan of what they did with her. But because I didn't really care for her character, I kind of wish that they did make Zemo the main villain. But again, I like what they did with Zemo, but probably could have been the main villain. Get rid of the Flag Smashers, make Zemo the main villain. Also, I just didn't really care for the whole plot of the government not wanting Sam to be Captain America. I mean, I get what they were going for there, and I know it's happened in the comics, but it just felt a little too played out. And once Sam becomes Captain America, I'm just sitting here like, oh, finally it happens. But that's all for that point. Then there's the finale of the series. And I've seen a lot of people say that Sam's speech at the end of the series got a little too preachy. And I don't agree. I just wish that the series didn't end with a speech. It actually ended with a memorable action sequence, because I liked the action throughout this series, but I wanted more from the action, especially in the finale. I expected the finale to be a lot more rampant and explosive. It just wasn't. Again, that's not a bad thing. I just wanted more out of the finale. That's my biggest issue with this show, is just the finale feels a little too sudden. Everything's just wrapped up in a nice little bow by the end of the series, and some of the plot points are that should have been probably left dangling for future stuff. It just wasn't, and it was just wrapped up way too soon. Also, I did not care for Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character. I know that she's got a bigger role in Thunderbolts. I hope that she's more tolerable in Thunderbolts. But as of now, yeah, not a fan of her character so far. That's about all for the bad. On to the final thoughts. I do like this show. I do think it's a little overhated, but I can get why some people wouldn't like this show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a flawed but fun TV series from the MCU, and I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. That was my thoughts on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What did you think about this series? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you've seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.